This is JKNSF, Jammu Kashmir National Students Federation, a party, a students organization which took its cue from a similar sounding nomenclature in Pakistan, NSF, National Students Federation there. And if I recollect correctly, that's the President Kamran Baig, advocate to
हर साल 28 अप्रैल को यौम सियाह के तौर पे मनाती है और गिलगित बल्तिस्तान के लोगों के साथ, वहाँ के इंसानों के साथ, वहाँ के बच्चों, बूढ़ों, औरतों के साथ इज़हार यकजहती करती है कि हम लोग यहाँ पे रहते हुए उनके हकूक की बात करते हैं और मायदा कराची के खात्मे का मुतालबा करते हैं। तो आप तमाम दोस्त आज के इस मुजाहरे में भरपूर तरीके से पूरे जोश और जज्बे के साथ शामिल हूँ और नाराबाजी का भरपूर जवाब दें। सर तेरे खून से, तेरे खून से, बिल्लो तेरे खून से, सर के फतेह के संत मतहत, फतेह के संत मतहत, नफरतें समेटते,
this procession is moving forward. In what direction, I'm not quite clear yet. So, some of you who've been following my work for the past 13 years might imagine that I'm regressing somewhat because this video coverage that I'm conducting is something which I've done profusely during 2012 onwards until about 2014, when I began concentrating solely on conducting the public opinion survey throughout 32 subdivisions of AJK. Now, it just so happens that today is the 28th of April, and this date is renowned for the Karachi Agreement, which was a cloak and dagger approach by Pakistan to try and show some form of legitimacy or some form of constitutional relationship with this territory known as AJK, and which also included the northern areas as they were known, and which today are referred to as Gilgit Baltistan. Although there is much confusion and contradiction in that specific agreement, which didn't go public until a few months later, according to the Australian academic and writer of at least 2 books on AJK, Mr. Christopher Snedden. And we must also remember the Karachi Agreement on the 27th of July between the Indian and Pakistani militaries in that same year, 1949. And that second agreement of the 27th of July is effectively the very agreement that is binding both Indian and Pakistani forces to control what was then referred to as a ceasefire line, and post-Shimla 1972 has been referred to as the LOC, or line of control. Now, student politics in AJK has been effectively disbanded since 1987. So what these fellows, these young students and their leaders are doing is effectively telling the world and the neighborhood that they exist. Janab, खैरियत से हैं? कहाँ तक जाएंगे? Let me try and get into the heat of the sloganeering. कराची नामंजूर, रियासत की तकसीम नामंजूर. We don't accept the Karachi agreement and we don't accept the division of the state of Jammu and Kashmir. AJK and GB काउंसिल ख़त्म करके दोनों हिस्सों के नुमाइंदों पर मुश्तमिल मुश्तरका काउंसिल बनाई जाए. The two territories of AJK and GB, which have a council riding over them, should be shouting slogans against the Pakistani army. For those of you who watch or observe AJK and think that there is no resistance, well, there is. And this is just one example. And they're shouting slogans against the Pakistani clandestine agencies, in particular the Inter-Services Intelligence. So, as I was saying, the council which effectively runs under Pakistan's federation and is described as the AJK and GB Council, needs to be finished, needs to be discarded, disbanded, and both AJK and GB according to the narrative of this students' organization, NSF, there needs to be a council, a joint council, with genuine representatives of both territories, and with no connection to Pakistan's federation. And though in English, say no to militancy, say no to foreign forces. Those foreign forces are, of course, Indian and Pakistani forces, and perhaps Chinese too. And militancy is where the Pakistani state, even until today, is still using this militancy card of trying to bleed its partner in crime, India. Not to death, but
एक अगर वर्दियां मुझे दे दें आप मुझे एक वर्दियां मुझे दे दें एक वर्दियां आप मुझे पीछे भी देखना पड़ता है
I'm going to break the video so that I can take some photos of this procession. Just bear with me.